Shalom and good day all, this is the Healing29 back again for Fool's Gold, as it's been a while since I've covered one of these videos in relation to, well, any particular comic. I think one of the last videos covering Fool's Gold might have been something Brian Michael Bendis related, unless it was something else. Well, let's move into some of the things as to how Fool's Gold works, and as you can see, I have also paid for this. So, of course, we see that the price that was paid for it is $4.99. And what does that convert to in Australian dollars? That's $8.95. So just on the, so close to the $9 mark in the currency conversion. So how I actually rate this is I rate, of course, the cover, and also I give how much I believe the cover's actually worth. So out from the racing. So it's still done on a rating from 1 to 10. It can also go from minus 10, so which would bring it down to a negative amount. The same applies to the art as well as the story. In relation to the artist and the writer, I'll leave that for you to work out as to how much they actually get. Because if I give away the total, that'll be cheating. Or if I give away the total for both, that'll be cheating. So it'll give you something to do as the fantastic audience who watches this. So, starting off with first things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? In some essence, it actually does, to which I give it a 5.5 out of 10. But I believe the price for the cover, and this is going by Australian dollars, not by American dollars, I believe it's worth about $1.15. Moving into the next thing, and that is the area of the internal art, as we have a look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end, and also what is happening story-wise with the characters. So as we have a look at some of the art around the front, I must admit the art is actually quite interesting in here, but is it enough to hold up to, well, go above the price that the story is actually, or the price that the comic is actually worth? Let's find out. So we end up seeing someone with a little Bruce Wayne Batman at Gotham Zoo. Of course, he's with his old man and some classmates. We jump a little bit forward as we get to see Alfred Pennyworth enter into the picture. I will say one thing, I don't quite like the appearance of Alfred Pennyworth in this, as I feel he looks a little bit more like Ra's al Ghul. Just in some of his appearance. That's the only somewhat criticism I will give this. I think they could have done a better job with Alfred Pennyworth's appearance. Of course, we have Bruce Wayne attending the local gym, and also we get some flashbacks to the past, but we get no real indication as to when these flashbacks take place. In other words, how many years have taken place? Stupid Scott Snyder, I'm going to have to point it out bluntly, has not given us the time period to which has, or the time to which has taken place between one event and the other. And I'd also include the stupid editor too, because you're both as bad. And this is probably going to be one thing that will ruin the comic run completely. Of course, we get a bit of an introduction to Roman of the Black Masks, who also runs this Party Animals gang or crime group. We, of course, encounter a situation with Jim Gordon, and of course, we do meet the Barbara Gordon of this universe. Now, I think one thing that should actually work with this, if they do this right with Barbara Gordon, they should actually make her as an adopted daughter to this Jim Gordon. And I think that's the only way that this Barbara Gordon is going to work. Right? Don't pull some stupid stunt as to making this Barbara Gordon the daughter, like the actual daughter of Jim Gordon. No. It would make more sense if she was, say, for example, adopted and was brought into the family. Right? That would make sense for this character being black. And yes, she was called Barbara. Right? Yes, I understand that she's race swapped. But if she's going to be race swapped, at least make her adopted. Of course, we get to see the Party Animals gang, which look more like the Black Mask gang. Of course, we move to the Batman of this particular universe coming in. To which, okay, there are some questions I do have about Bruce's suit here. Like, if this is meant to be like a nano-type suit, that would take a lot of bloody money to get a suit like that done and operational. Of course, there's the Thing, to which there's the axe. Alright, that too would cost a lot of money. Where's he getting the finances from? Out of DC's a-hole? Just saying. We learn, of course, that he's also being to look more like the villain now, like a criminal in Gotham. But let's take note why they're also using this, because they want Bruce to empathize with his villains, but that was already happening. Even like with some of the things before Rebirth, before New 52, and some of the other stories. And yes, we have Batman using a gun, and of course, we return to seeing this Pennyworth, who I says looks more like Ra's al Ghul than actual Alfred Pennyworth. Then we move into the spoiler at the end, but we do learn one thing though. We do learn that Alfred Pennyworth has been actually trying to track this character who calls himself the Joker. And by the looking and appearance of it, is that this Joker character also uses many aliases. Whether he's rich or not, I don't know. So for the internal art, I give it a 5.5 out of 10, to which I believe it's worth $1.15. Next is moving into the area of the story. So first things first, do we get anything in relation time-wise? Do we get to see any particular time gaps take place? And the answer is no, and because of that, the story does actually lose points. I could have actually made it a little bit harsher on the story rating, but we'll wait until we finish off the rest of the things that make up this story. Next is the location. Of course, we have Gotham. We had the zoo. We had the gym. We also had a bit of a conference of sorts, a ship. Of course, we had a construction site. And last but not least, we had the place of Manila, to which we know where the character of this supposed Joker is. Next is the cast of characters, to which we have Bruce Wayne Batman, Alfred Pennyworth, who I say he looks more like Ra's al Ghul than Alfred Pennyworth. Right? I've heard some people say they like the appearance of the character. I don't. It does not suit the appearance of Pennyworth. Blunt. Alright, we learned that there's a character by the name of Julia, the crime gang known as the Party Animals. We have Waylon, who is Croc. We have a couple of doctors. We have Roman, who is like the Black Mask. We have Gordon, Barbara Gordon, Thomas Wayne, Martha Wayne, of course, Bullock, Barbara Gordon, who I think they should actually make the character adopted, even if she's like from another, like a family that might have actually, like, make Barbara become Barbara Gordon, adopted like after maybe the death of members of her family. So therefore we have Jim Gordon adopting her, therefore taking the name of Barbara Gordon, or taking the surname of Gordon, so she becomes Barbara Gordon. And last but not least, the leak of the character of the Joker. The overall story rating I give is a 5 out of 10, to which I believe it's worth $1. The overall total is $3.30. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.